So from yesterday we have started the new unit 2. The topic is Fourier transform. Okay. So as I have said that the Fourier series only applicable for the periodic signal. To find the frequency domain representation or frequency component about a signal, we should proceed with the Fourier transform. So I have given the Fourier transform equations. If xt is a signal and x of omega will be the Fourier transform coefficient, or Fourier transform, you can say integration minus infinity to infinity x of t e to the power minus j omega naught t dt. This is the equation for the Fourier transform. And inverse Fourier transform equation is 1 by twice by integration minus infinity to infinity x of omega e to the power j omega t d omega. So this is for Fourier transform. If you look the equation for the Fourier series, what is the xn? 1 by t. T is the period, okay, like xt e to the power minus jn omega naught t dt. And what will be the xt then? Xt will be summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n e to the power jn omega naught t. Okay. So the difference only come here. This summation here will be integration. Okay. So if you look why this summation come as the integration, I have explained yesterday with giving some diagram. So as I said, this x of n in the Fourier series, what is the representation? It is some samples, okay, or spikes in the frequency that its content, the frequency component present in the signal, okay. So like that, it is some sample, okay. But for Fourier transform, that is x of omega, this is the for x of omega, it will be in continuous range, okay. That's why in Fourier transform it's come as a integration, okay, and in the Fourier series it is come as a discrete form, okay. This thing you should know, okay. You may confuse sometimes, okay, what will be the whether that is summation or integration. By looking their pattern of xn or x of omega, you can easily say that, okay, it is a summation or it will be integration, okay. So then come to the, then I have explained how we can derive Fourier transform formula. This is integration, this integration from the Fourier series, that also I have given already. So where this Fourier transform is applicable, okay, in which signal this Fourier transforms can apply. Like in Fourier series, I have said that there is some condition that is called Dirichlet condition, on which if Dirichlet conditions are satisfied, then only we can apply the Fourier series. Okay. Similarly, the Fourier transform also should satisfy the signal also satisfy this Dirichlet condition, on then only we can apply this Fourier transform. So like write the topic, existence of Fourier transform. We cannot apply Fourier transform on all the signal, okay. As I have said, Fourier series can apply on which? Only periodic signal, okay. But Fourier transform can apply where? That I am going to say now. Fourier transform also has some advantage as well as disadvantage. Advantage is that we can apply Fourier transform. We can apply Fourier transform in periodic as well as non-periodic. Okay. The disadvantage also there. Fourier transform cannot apply all types of signal. Okay. It can apply like energy signal, power signal, but it cannot apply in unstable signal. Okay, so this existence of signal is given by Dirichlet condition only. What is called Dirichlet condition? I have already given the definition in the when I explain in Fourier series. Let me give once again. The condition for a function, the condition for a function like xt, okay, to have Fourier transform is called or are called, and write are called because conditions, there are so, many conditions are called Dirichlet condition. Okay, so we cannot apply this Fourier transform in all types of signal. It can be used in periodic as well as non-periodic, but we cannot apply in unstable signal. Okay, that is the limitation of Fourier transform. So what are the Dirichlet condition? First condition is xt should be, okay, xt should be absolutely integrable. Okay, integrable over the interval. This is the Dirichlet, first Dirichlet condition, minus infinity to infinity. In Fourier series, this limit was from 0 to t or for a single time period. Okay, but for Fourier series, it is from minus infinity to infinity. Or by representation, you can say minus infinity to infinity mod of x of t, okay, dt should be less than infinity. You can say the area of the signal from minus infinity to infinity should be less than infinity. Then only we can apply the Fourier transform. Okay. Then to xt should be or should have, okay, should have finite number of discontinuity. I have already said what is called discontinuity. This is the sharp changes in the signal or E-step signal, you can say discontinuity. Third one is xt should have finite number of maximum and minima. So these three conditions should be satisfied by a signal. Then we can apply the Fourier transform. One thing is that these are the sufficient condition. It is not the necessary condition. Necessary means all the three conditions is not required to fulfill. Okay, if only one condition also fulfill, then there we will find the Fourier transform. Okay, so let me give one example. It's over. Let me know if you completed. So let me give one example. Suppose this is a signal, okay? This is aperiodic signal. This is not the periodic. Periodic should be repetition, okay? This is aperiodic signal. So is the first condition of Dirichlet condition satisfied? the integration from minus infinity to infinity should be less than infinity. Is it satisfied? The first condition is satisfied. Second condition, number of discontinuity should be finite number. Is there discontinuity is finite? Second one also satisfied. Third one, number of maxima minima, is it finite? So that also we can say this is also satisfied. Okay, all the three conditions are satisfied here. So if anyone also satisfied, then also we can find the Fourier transform. We can able to find the Fourier transform here. What about this signal? Unity step signal. Yes, first condition is satisfied. Can anybody say? First condition, absolutely integrable. Is it satisfied? When you integrate from minus infinity to infinity dt, then this area would be infinity. But that's why first condition will not satisfy. What about second condition? Number of discontinuity. Number of discontinuities are finite. It's a discontinuity can be seen in the zero location, t equal to 0. Okay. That's why second condition satisfied. Third condition also satisfied. That's why we can also able to find the Fourier transform in this condition. These are the sufficient conditions. So any one condition is if satisfied, then we can able to find the Fourier transform. Okay. So what about the impulse signal? If there is impulse signal del of t dt, can anybody say first condition satisfy? Yes, because area will be 1 minus infinity to infinity, del t dt will be 1 only. So satisfying. What about the second condition? Second condition is number of discontinuity is not satisfying. One thing I have to write in the condition, write this in second number condition, the xt should be a finite number of discontinuity, and you should write an amplitude should also be finite. Okay, amplitude should finite value. Okay, that also you should write. The amplitude should finite value. The discontinuity that we have, the amplitude should be finite value. But in this case, impulse, the amplitude would be infinity. No, that's why the second condition is not satisfied. But since one condition is satisfied, then also we have a Fourier transform for the delta function. Okay. So is it clear? What about the sine wave? What about the sine wave or cos wave? Is first condition satisfied? No, because area will be infinity. Okay, for minus infinity to infinity. What is the second condition? There is no discontinuity. Okay, so should be finite number of discontinuities. So if no, there no problem. Okay, if there are infinite number of discontinuity, that there will be problem. There is no discontinuity. So second condition also satisfied. And third, you can say that what is the maximum minimum? Maximum minimum also finite value. Okay. So also then also we have Fourier transform of the sine or cosine wave. Okay. So is it clear for the Dirichlet condition? These three should be satisfied. So when we are going to transform this Fourier transform of a signal, then we should check the Dirichlet condition at first. Okay. So I think it's over. Then take some Fourier transform for example, some example. Okay. of some signal. Okay, let me give like that. For example, let me do. Suppose find the Fourier transform of, suppose xt is given e to the power minus at ut. Okay, what will be the Fourier transform of this signal? So I have already said what will be the drawing of this signal. Okay, only positive time duration signal will be represented because ut is there and it will be gradually decreasing. Okay, this is the xt. This plot is e to the power minus at ut. Okay, so question is find the Fourier transform. Okay, Fourier transform means we have to find x of omega, and we know the equation for x of omega is nothing but minus infinity to infinity x of t e to the power minus j n, not n is there, j omega t dt. Okay, so put xt here. Minus infinity to infinity xt is how much? E to the power minus at ut dt. So we can cancel this minus infinity to 0 up to, because ut is there. So we can write 0 to infinity e to the power minus at e to the power minus j omega t term is there, e to the power minus j omega t dt. Okay. Then 0 to infinity, you take minus common, minus t common, minus a plus j omega t dt. Okay. When you take the integration, it will give a plus j omega t by minus a plus j omega limit will be infinity to 0. Okay. When you put infinity, that's e to the power minus infinity means 0. Okay. But e to the power 0 means 1. So minus cancel. It will, if you will get a plus j omega. So what we have got? We have got e to the power minus at u of t. Fourier transform is 1 by a plus j omega. Okay. So what will be the magnitude? Magnitude of this signal is 1 by root a square plus omega square, is not it? And angle of x of omega is minus tan inverse omega by a. So we can plot also. Is it over? Class here, please take the attendance at the initial of this class. I'll take another attendance. Okay. Yeah. Have you completed? You can write another question. I will not solve. If you want to solve, you can do that at your home. Xt is given by, suppose, e to the power at E of minus t, okay? And the plot will be how much? Plot will be, it will goes like this, okay? So, so the Fourier transform will be, you can do the all the steps, but let me give the answer only, because these equations, the all the what I am solving, all the equations or all the Fourier transform you should remember as well, okay? The steps should be known. If question come in the exam, that you have to show all the steps, that if it carry 3 mark, okay? But all the step, the Fourier transform of these signals also you should memorize. These are very important initial signals, basic signals. That's why you should know the Fourier transform also. This will give 1 by a minus j omega. Okay. Earlier was there is plus a plus j omega was there, but for negative side signal it will be 1 by a minus j omega. If there is plus, then it will be minus. Like that, you can remember also. Why I am saying, let me give on another example. Third number. Find the Fourier transform of all the numericals are important. Okay. E to the power minus a mod t equal to a greater than 0. Okay. So said find the Fourier transform of xt equal to e to the power minus a t minus a mod t. Okay. What is mod? You should know first. I have already given in the previous classes also. We know mod t will be t value only when t greater than 0. Okay. It will be minus t when t less than 0. You can write equal also, t greater than or equal 0, and less than 0 when it is minus t when it is less than 0. Okay. So now what you can write? Now you can write xt equal to how much? E to the power minus at for t greater than or equal to 0, or you can write e to the power at when t less than 0. Okay. So if you try to find the Fourier transform x of omega, then it will be minus infinity to infinity x of t e to the power minus j omega t dt. Okay. So put the value of x of t minus infinity to infinity e of minus a mod t e to the power minus j omega t dt. Okay. So it will be take minus infinity to 0 one term, and here you will find at e to the power minus j omega t dt. Another will be from 0 to infinity e to the power minus at e to the power j omega t dt. Okay. And if you proceed to do the things minus infinity to 0 e to the power a minus j omega t dt plus 0 to infinity e to the power minus a plus j omega t dt. And when you integrate, you will find, when you integrate and put the limits, you will find a minus j omega here, and you will find here a plus j omega, and ultimately you will find twice a square plus omega square. Okay. This is the thing. Have you taken? Let me know if you complete. So it's over, no? So if from the plot you can say like that. So if you plot the signal, okay, plot means if xt is given e to the power minus a mod t, then you can write e to the power minus at when t greater than or equal to 0 and e to the power at when t less than 0. Okay. So you can plot this. Okay, you can plot this. So this is for e to the power minus at, and this is for e to the power at. Okay, and since it is positive side, so you can write ut also. In this case, you can write minus ut. Okay, and so now you can write to whole signal x of t. So if you represent the xt, you can write summation also. E to the power minus at u of minus u of t plus e to the power at u of minus t also you can write, and directly you can put, because you know the Fourier transform of this signal. This is 1 by a plus j omega, and this is 1 a minus j omega. Okay, this is the thing. So directly you can find also twice a square plus omega square. So fourth number question is, find the Fourier transform of x of t equal to rect t. Okay. So another thing what I have said, that before going to Fourier transform, you just check whether it is satisfied Dirichlet condition or not. This signal also satisfy that Dirichlet condition, because okay, first condition it satisfies, second also, third also. This also satisfy, this signal also satisfy the Dirichlet condition. Okay. What about a rectangular signal? We know that a rect t is represent. Can anybody say what is the limit range of this signal? Rect t. This is the signal for rect t. Amplitude is 1, and t is there. That's why it is minus half to half. That you should remember. Okay. Only t is there. That's why it is from minus half to half. That range you should remember. Okay. So the Fourier transform of this signal asks to find. Okay. We know x of omega equal to minus infinity to infinity x of t e to the power minus j and j omega t dt. Okay. So you can write minus half to half, because only exist in this range only. Xt will be 1 e to the power minus j omega t dt. Okay. So you can write e to the power minus j omega t minus j omega, range will be half to minus half. Okay. So you can write this by 2 by omega. Okay. Take omega common, take 2 below, because we have to find the sign in sign time j is there. That's why we will find in sign time term 2j e to the power j omega t minus e to the power minus j omega t. Okay. So this will give what? 2 by omega sine omega by 2. So you should know rectangular signal. If rect t is there, then Fourier transform is 2 pi omega sine omega by 2. Okay, this thing you should know. You should memorize those things. Okay. The procedure, the step also you should know. If in the exam mark will be given for 3 mark. Okay, but for objective type question, there are some questions you should to know the formula also, so that you can find the answer immediately. So rect equal to Fourier transform is 2 by omega sine omega by 2. So the another, have you completed? Please let me know. So one thing is that this equation is in terms of omega, okay, angular frequency. So what if we put if we want to derive the signal in terms of pi f, okay, then x of omega, what we have found, 2 by omega sine omega by 2. If we find in terms of f, then we should put omega as a twice by omega, okay, sine twice pi by f by 2. 2 to cancel, this 2 to cancel. We have found sine pi f to pi f. Okay. So we know that if sine theta pi theta by pi theta is there, then we will find it is, you can write sin theta, okay. Like that, you can write this as a sin f, okay. You can write it is as a sin f. So what will be the diagram then? You should know diagram also, that I have said that minus half to half 1 xt. Our Fourier transform representation will be a sin function. How it look like? This is the waveform for sin function. It proceeds to infinity, okay. This is f, this is x of f. What is the value of first one? 1, okay. This is 2, this is 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. 0, it will be 1 only. So this is the sin function. So you should know the rectangular function Fourier transform is a sin function. Okay. When you increase this width of the rectangular, the width the sin function will be compressed one. Okay. That also you should know. Have you completed? The Zoom class is going to be stopped. Only 1 minute left. Please take the note fast. One thing you should know, if there is pi, then sin function has come. Okay. If sine theta by theta, then another function name is, can you say, sampling function, okay? Sampling of theta, the sampling function. This is called, SM means sampling function. That's also you should know, it will required in this chapter. What is the sampling function? If sin theta by theta is there, there will be no pi term. Then we can say that is sampling function. Please join once again with the same link. Zoom class going to be stopped. Please take the note first.